A very good evening to everyone present here today. Our heartiest welcome to respected Shri Bharat Hari Singhania ji, Dr. Raghupati Singhania ji, Shri Harshpati Singhania ji, Shri Vikrampati Singhania ji, Shri Anshuman Singhania ji, Ms. Adya Singhania ji, senior executives, honorable jury members, UDAAN participants, and all the leaders and colleagues connected to us through the live webcast of the event. We are honored by your presence at the concluding session of the JKO UDAAN competition 2024-25. I would now request Mr. Mehul M. to present a sapling to Shri Bharat Hari Singhania ji and to welcome him. Thank you, Mehul. I would now request Mr. Arun Agarwal to come forward and present a sapling to Dr. Raghupati Singhania ji and to welcome him. Thank you, Arun. I would request Ms. Chandana Gore to present a sapling to Shri Harshpati Singhania ji and to welcome him. Thank you, Chandana. I request Mr. R.V. Premji to present a sapling to Shri Vikrampati Singhania ji and to welcome him. Thank you, Mr. Premji. I would now request Mr. Jatin Dhariwal to present a sapling to Shri Anshuman Singhania ji and to welcome him. Thank you so much, Jatin. I would now like to request Shri Prem Singh sir to come forward and address our dignitaries and participants here.
Good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon. What a tender response. I expected a better one. Good afternoon. That's better. So the people went into the slumber. Okay, so respected DICs, all the business leaders, all the UDAAN participants, esteemed jury members, all my colleagues from JKO organization, very warm welcome to all of you, and compliments to all those who have presented their cases yesterday, to all the 14 teams who have traveled all the way from their locations and made a pitch about their ideas to the jury members. JKO UDAAN competition is not just a competition, it's much more than that. It's about unleashing creativity, innovation, and also engaging people in the pursuit of organizational excellence. This year, we had a total of 128 teams across businesses, across locations, and we engaged 510 participants all across the businesses and locations. After several rounds of assessment and filtering, eventually we had 14 finalist teams who presented their ideas yesterday. The theme of this year's UDAAN competition has been driving business growth through AI and digital. Why AI and digital? Not because it's just a trendy subject. Fact is, organizations who have been leveraging AI and digital have been outperforming those who have not been. Just to give you a little statistics, based on one research from McKinsey, the organizations that are high on applications of AI and digital applications, they tend to achieve 35% higher revenue and 10% higher profit margins as compared to their other peers who are low on the applications of AI and digital tools. The theme encouraged the teams to think about how AI and digital tools can optimize operations, how they can drive a better customer experience, and how they can drive sustainable performance over a period of time for the businesses. The jury comprised of 3 very experienced leaders, 2 of whom are here with us today. Dr. Bofana Ganapati, Vice President Engineering, Data Science and Analytics from Epsilon, Mr. Ratan Agrawal, former CHRO of Hero Honda for their R&D unit. Both the gentlemen are here. Can we give them a big round of applause, please? The third jury member, who was also with us yesterday and who sat through all the presentations, could not travel this afternoon. And he is Mr. Vijay Balakrishnan, Group Chief Digital and Information Officer, Godrej Enterprises Group. Now the $1 million question, who is the winner? So hold on your breath, hold on your curiosity. That honor will be done by the President of JKO organization, Shri Bharat Hariji. But before we call out the names, 2 things I would like to say. For us, all the 14 teams who took part yesterday are winners, because all of you have demonstrated that spirit of can-do. All of you have demonstrated a very high level of creativity and innovation, and we all salute that spirit. Number 2, those who are going to be declared as the winners, while they must celebrate their victory for sure, but they must also be rather thankful to the other teams who could not make it this year. Reason being, agar wo na hote, to ye bhi na hote. So with this, I would now request the President JK organization to do the honors and declare the results, and I will assist him. Can we have a mic, please?
The second runner-up of the best presentation is awarded to Team B, UCWL, JK Lakshmi Civil.
Congratulations to Team UCWL. The first runner-up
The first runner-up is awarded to Team G, RPS COE JK Tire.
Congratulations to the team RPS COE. And now the winner. Any guesses, by the way? Sir, this is the winner.
I have the pleasure in announcing the name of is called Team J, Madurai JK Fenner.
Congratulations, Team Madurai. By the way, it seems somebody has leaked out the result to you.
Or they genuinely,
Congratulations.
or they genuinely felt so.
Yes, perhaps. Congratulations. Yes, Kaustubh, back to you.
Thank you, sirs, for announcing the winners. Now, the winning teams will be coming forward for their presentations. The sequence of the presentations would be first the second runner-up team, then the first runner-up team, and then the winner team. Each team will have 15 minutes to make their presentation. Kindly adhere to your timelines. So now I invite the second runner-up team, Team B UCWL, to come forward and give their presentation, please.
Let us start. Yeah. And please maintain your time. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone, respected dignitaries, UDAAN participants, and everyone present in this hall. First of all, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to present our idea in the second stage of this UDAAN competition. We are really honored to be part of this exciting event, UDAAN 2025, under the theme Driving Business Growth Through AI and Digital. Under the theme Driving Business Growth Through AI and Digital, a step we believe is not just relevant but essential in today's competitive landscape. We are from Udaipur Cement Works Limited, and we are primarily involved in cement manufacturing. Just to give you a brief idea, heart of any cement plant is a cement kiln, which is essentially a high temperature rotating device used to convert raw materials into clinker. Now imagine if this kiln could speak, not just in alarms, but in foresight. What if, instead of reacting to inefficiencies, we could predict them in advance and make corrections before any issue escalates? So in the next few minutes, we will be showcasing how we can use AI and thermal imaging to create this what if into a working solution. So before starting this presentation, let me introduce the team first. I am Gopal Sharma, focusing on the cost and business impact part of this project. With me is Shikha from IT, who has led the AI and thermal imaging aspect of this project. Anup from instrumentation, who has helped in integration of this AI solution to the existing kiln systems. And Ritik, who brings in deep process knowledge to the team. Together, our aim is simple: not use AI just as a buzzword, but use it as a tool to drive business growth. So let's dive into the presentation now. In cement manufacturing, cement kiln is the heart of the cement plant, where accuracy and precision are non-negotiable. But it's also the most cost-intensive part of the process. Fuel costs make up majority of the expenses, and any small inefficiency can lead to significant losses. Traditionally, we have relied heavily on CCR operators' experience and intuition to manage this complexity. But even for the most skilled operators, there are limitations. Alarms are only triggered if the limits are breached, and any small anomaly can often go undetected before the issue escalates. So that brings us to the objective of our project, which is predictive analysis of kiln phase using AI process thermal imaging to optimize fuel consumption, resulting in cost savings. We have also given a tagline to this: from pixels to profit. With this project, we aim to give our CCR operators sharper tools to be more efficient. And most importantly, we are trying to leverage AI to gain control over the most cost-intensive part and save fuel cost in the process. Let's understand the origin and concept of this idea now. So before building any solution, we wanted to first validate the problem. So we conducted a survey among CCR operators and our HODs to understand how the kiln rates are actually monitored, fuel rates are actually monitored in the system. The survey results were very clear. While the CCR operators relied heavily on their experience, they also reported inconsistency in their decisions. That brings us to the core topic of this presentation: to monitor and analyze thermal camera images in real time. So we thought, what if we could bring AI and thermal imaging together to create an intelligent observer for our cement kiln? So we believe combining AI and thermal imaging integration, we can create a solution that will help our CCR operators to predict things in advance. We wanted to move from reactive monitoring to predictive control. And in our view, this will be a smart innovation for kiln efficiency and sustainability. So I'll hand over to Shikha now to explain further.
To make these solutions more impactful, practical, and scalable, we propose a three-stage process built around the principle of input, process, and output. Here, we collect the high-resolution thermal images camera of the kiln. Along with that, we will collect the kiln burning zone temperature from the DCS parameters, and this thermal data is then processed using the custom-trained AI model developed in the MassCar CNN. Here, we categorize the zone into three categories: hot, healthy, and dusty. Here, to identify and detect the anomalies and temperature deviations and the flame behavior, we detect them into the three categories based on the color deviations. Based on the prediction results, we will first compare with the kiln burning zone temperature to give the accuracy to the CCR operator and to the experienced one. After that, we will give the visual insights on the dashboards. Here, our workable recommendation will leverages our input data, add some processing in intelligent layer, and give the visual insights on the dashboards. These alarms are not intelligent now. These are not showing that only the current reading. They are showing the decisions based on the more accuracy. Now, let's take a look for the timeline, that how it will work. We start by collecting the proof of concept. In this phase, we will define all use cases and collect sample data to build a basic interface to demonstrate the zone predictions, which help us to validate our concept before going to the full-scale development. In the second phase, we will train our model to validate and to train our model based on the previous stage definitions to justify all the use cases defined in the previous stage. In the third phase, we will integrate our system with the kiln system to check the real fit onto the systems and check all the real parameters with the real data flow. In the fourth phase, we will go into the live monitoring phase where we will deploy our system onto the productions. Here, we will check all, we will closely monitor and will check all the outputs, prediction versus actual outputs, and give the results to the CCR operators on their dashboards visual insights. Now, in the sixth phase, which is the ultimate goal of our project, to optimize the fuel and to reduce the fuel efficiency, to improve the clinker quality and to improve the overall process optimizations. So here, we all know that since operating conditions are changed, so we will retrain our models by on the scheduled interval by continuously improving the accuracy through the feedback loops and periodic retrainings. Over to Mr. Anup.
Now let's talk about the implementation, that is the building of the system. To implement this solution, we follow a scalable roadmap. First, the installation of thermal cameras. These cameras handle high temperatures, and these cameras usually focus on the kiln burning zone and provides the real-time visuals of this zone. The second, we set up the data pipeline. This setup consists of two parts. The first one is routing of the thermal images from the camera towards the central server where the AI model resides. And second, and the most important one, the OPC, that is open platform communication between the AI system and the DCS, that is distributed control system, which is used for the plant operation. This communication is done in order to gather the other critical important data from the DCS in real time, like burning zone temperature, feed rate, fuel rate, airflow, etc. After that, we deploy a pre-trained AI model into the line, which detects the kiln zone basically into three conditions like hot, healthy, or dusty, which is which is shown in the diagram attached here. After that, we cross-validate this output of the AI model with the real-time burning zone temperature, and based upon the actions, we take the corrective actions in the form of pop-ups. If the zone is found to be dusty, that is very low temperatures, the alerts are sent to increase the coal feed. And if the zone is found to be hot, that is very high temperature, the alerts are sent to reduce the coal feed. Now the AI model continuously scans the thermal images to monitor the early signs of flame inefficiencies or fuel inefficiencies. Now, instead of relying on threshold-based limits, the system can now predict the problem before they really escalates. Now, moving forward towards the monitoring phase. The monitoring is done with the help of a dynamic and detailed dashboard that is visible on the screen. We have divided this dashboard into three main parts. The leftmost part shows the kiln zone status with the respective thermal image of the time, and also the AI model suggested output have also been displayed here. In the right, we can see the kiln index meter, which is a typical meter kind of representation varying from 0 to 100. In the bottom left, we can see all the history of the decisions taken by the AI model with the respective corrective actions and the kiln zone status with date and time. This transforms the control room operations from reactive to predictive. Now moving forward towards the measurement of results. As we can see in the dashboard that the AI model has detected the kiln to be in dusty zone. So it sends the alert to the CCR operators to increase the coal feed, to raise the temperatures. Also we can see that the kiln index is value showing to be 33, which signifies the dusty zone. The AI model, the dashboard, just doesn't give the alerts but also helps in performance improvements over time. It generates automatic reports so that the system can improve the AI if needed. In short, it's not a just one-time setup but a smart solution that keeps on learning on itself and contributes a lot towards the fuel savings. Now over to Mr. Ritik.
Now let's talk about the numbers behind this project and start with the savings first. Fuel accounts nearly 55% of the total variable cost of clinker, a semi-product of cement. By optimizing kiln burning zone performance, we are estimating a potential in savings of 3 to 5% of fuel fired into the kiln. For a typical 4500 TPD kiln, which consumes 72,000 metric tons of fuel annually, this 3% of savings translates to an amount of rupees 2.1 crore per annum for one kiln. At UCWL, as we have two kilns, this amount doubles to rupees 4.21 crore. Against of that, the cost of implementation of this project would be around 38 lakhs. That will be including both the software and hardware tools required for the AI model training, the dashboard integration, and the initial supports, which bring us to the payback period. With a saving amount of exceeding rupees 4 crore, the solution pays for itself in under 2 months. So in terms of cost effectiveness, this is not just viable, it's compelling, it's low risk, high impact solution that delivers fast ROI and long-term benefits. Apart from the obvious financial benefits, the solution also delivers both the tangible and intangible benefits. On the tangible side, the major gain is from fuel saving, that is rupees 4 crore per annum. Second, with better fuel efficiency and lesser grinding, we will be saving about 4.5 lakh rupees from the coal mill section in terms of energy bills. Also, there is an environmental advantage. Lesser fuel burned translates to lower carbon emission, that is saving of more than 9,800 tons of carbon dioxide. That will help us move one step ahead of our long-term mission of being carbon neutral by 2047. On the intangible side, we would make a culture of predictive action over corrective actions. Now, the system will identify anomalies in real time, like the change in momentum, shape, and intensity of flame, helping us maintain a consistent burning zone temperature of around 1200 degrees Celsius. We will reduce the unplanned downtimes. By improved clinker quality, by improved clinker quality, the kiln and refractory lifespan would be increased. Further, as our model is highly scalable, once validated, it can be implemented across multiple kilns and multiple plants. As JKLC has 3 integrated cement plants which have 6 kilns, the potential savings of rupees 2 crore per kiln translates to a huge amount of rupees 12 crore per annum. Further, we will be approaching lime kilns present in the paper industries like JK Paper. Eyes in the flame. Without AI, we just stare into fire. But with AI, we finally see it. Thank you everyone for the attention and support. नहीं सर अभी से प्रोजेक्ट फेज में है.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But you got the POC, proof of concept you have done, and आपने लिखा था जुलाई से शुरू कर रहे हैं, starting.
Yes, sir.
So you will, and your implementation period to get the result is about 7-8 months. I mean,
Yes, sir.
to
Yes,
fine tune it and everything.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Team UCWL. Now I'd like to call upon the first runner-up, Team G, RPSCOE, to come and give your presentation.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for this wonderful opportunity, and thanks for the organization to conducting this valuable UDAAN competition. And thanks to the judges and juries, and our hearty congratulations to all the teams who participated here. And our project title is the Smarter Tire Profile with a Predictive Design for Manufacturability. And we are from RPSCOE, that is the Raghupati Singhania Center of Excellence. It is a global R&D innovation center for the JK Tire and Industries Limited, and we are under the Product Development Center, belongs to this particular R&D center. And myself, Rajagopalan.
Hello, I am Srinivasan.
I am Karthikeyan.
Myself, Abdul Jafar.
So, as I said earlier, RPSCOE is a R&D center for JK Tire Industries Limited. In India, we have 2 centers. One is located in Mysuru and another center which is located inside the IIT Madras campus. That is called RPSCOE IIT Madras. This RPSCOE IIT Madras is one of the most successful industry academia collaboration for the that is active for past 2 decades. This long-term partnership helped us actually to advance the tire technology through innovative research. So this particular project is a result of cross-functional teamwork between the RPSCOE Mysore and RPSCOE IIT Madras.
So tire may be looking very simple and very minimalistic, but actually it is a very complex product. It is not just round and black. So a truck bus radial tire will have 17 different components, and most of them are made up of different type of rubber, each formulated with a specific property to meet a performance requirement. So it is very critical for us to achieve it properly. In a typical tire manufacturing system, this different kind of rubbers and the chemical goes into a Banbury where it gets mixed into different compounds. Once these compounds are mixed, these are sent to an extruder where it gets shaped into different profiles. So these profiles are very delicate and made with high precision and with very little tolerance for variation. And these all goes to tire building, where it get assembled along with the steel and textiles, which give reinforcement to the tire. And this final product, which we call in tire technology terms as green tire. So once this green tire is made, it is sent to a vulcanization process in the tire curing, and it gets into a finished product. So this finished product is what goes to a customer and meets the performance requirement. So now we all know that the current scenario, the market is ever demanding, with the OEMs, the vehicle manufacturers coming up with the new requirement, and even the customers coming up with the new requirement. And also we are expanding our portfolio into different export international markets. So it is very critical to get this performance right at first time. If we don't get this performance right at first time, then we are lost. So to meet this performance requirement at first time, it is very important to have these components correct at first time. That is where the key requirement of meeting these profiles or this shapes comes as a question. So the current design process of these were heavily relied upon the existing comparison with the existing profiles, as well as human skills, where the designer of these components check whether the existing profiles match with this, or with their skill they develop this. But if once the design is finalized, it goes into a production, and then only we will be able to see whether it matches with our design intent or not. Then it goes into an iterative loop. This iterative loop takes time. We have to spend money on this, and then it also delays the overall delivering time. So that is where we are coming up with the new software, which removes this manual intervention and makes it more scientific.
So our fundamental goal of this project is to replace the human-based decision with a scientific software. So before starting this project, we have done a lot of interactions with the manufacturing team, product industrialization team, as well as the design team. Based on this interaction and discussions, it actually helped us a lot to understand the problem better and to convert this particular problem into a technical solution, and that is the result of this particular software. We have developed the software using a number of concepts. We have used auto adaptation of the lift factor for tire building machine. We have used geometric algorithms, coordinate mapping, and coordinate transformation. Also, we have developed a GUI for this particular app. So using this app, this extruded rubber profiles can be optimized at the first time itself, the first iteration itself. As a result of this, we can eliminate this iterative process, and hence we will achieve the first time right design.
So now the iterative process actually has a lot of losses. For example, for the frequent die modifications, there is an additional capital expenditure which is a loss. And also because of this, the product launch will be delayed, which is a huge opportunity loss. And the data that we are seeing is for one particular tire segment, which is a truck bus radial, taken in the past 4 years post-COVID and after the introduction of new axle load. That itself sums up to 4 crores. And imagine our company launches 200 plus products every year with different tire segments. So the losses will be huge, and with the ever demanding increasing demand to introduce more and more products, these losses will be skyrocketing. So which is why it is very important to tackle this problem immediately.
So to prevent this huge loss, this is the developed software tool. This particular software, if you give the tire design layout as an input in the specified format, it will immediately give you the optimized extruded rubber profiles to achieve the first time right design. So this particular software is completely developed in-house from the scratch, and hence there is no capital investment cost associated with the software development. Also, this particular software we are currently using to generate a set of database that will be used to train the AI models as well. Also, we want to note that the patent filing process for this particular software has been initiated and the process is in progress.
So far, our team has briefed everyone on the digitization aspect. So now we no longer need specialist engineers in order to get the profiles, and we we are no longer reliant on the expertise of them. Just by a click, the computer will give a standard output for everyone. But does the story end over here? The pressing question that we have got at this point of time is whether the design engineer will be able to have an idea if the green profile that is generated at this stage is manufacturable or not. Because every time this problem of design for manufacturability delays the launch of product, we'll be missing on a huge opportunity that's available for us on the field. Therefore, at this juncture, we would like to harness and utilize the capabilities of artificial intelligence so that sitting at the desk itself, the design engineer is able to make a judgment whether or not a particular design can be manufactured without actually going for the trials. In order to do that, we are taking the inputs from the software itself as well as the inputs on existing preformers and dies which are available in the plant, as well as the performances of the existing SKUs on the field itself in terms of various performance indices of the tire. And the AI model will do the aid to the design engineer in a twofold way. First, it would suggest if it is possible to meet the design layout with the existing preformers and dies which are at possession itself. This will eradicate the cost of making new dies or performers or modifying the existing ones, and therefore speeden up the time taken to reach the market as well as the tire soon. The second way in which we envisage the AI to help is at the end of making each of these tires, we cut the tire, we analyze every single component of the tire, and the design engineer usually maintains a sheet where they rate the extent to which the manufactured layout actually matches the design layout, and they give gradings like A, B, C, etc. depending upon the percentage confirmation. Now this is a time-taking process because the design layout has to be industrialized first, and then the tire has to be made, then it has to be cut, and then someone has to sit and manually measure. It's a time-taking process. And imagine if this doesn't confirm well, then again we have to go for this whole process of making a new layout that again meets the required parameters and then go for this manufacturing. It's a long process. Now we envisage that with this AI tool that we are intending to develop and which we have started developing, of course, sitting at the place itself, the design engineer will also get a rating of the tire, whether this will be A, B, C, etc. and he can go ahead with the decision making. We are happy to share that the digitization part of it, we have already tried with a new SKU that is in development with one of the SKUs that is we are working with. In fact, this was the timeline that we took for so far. The necessity for the project was understood by us in the last week of February. In the first week of March 2025, we had traveled to Mysuru, understood the requirements of this software thoroughly. We came back, the software was developed in-house, and by the last week of March, we tested for the software's accuracy and correctness inside IIT Madras Center. And then we handed over the software to the Mysuru team in the first week of April. The engineers in Mysuru, though both the product industrialization engineers as well as the design engineers, they evaluated the software and they came out with their suggestions and wherever modifications could be made. These suggestions were implemented by the third week of April 2025, and we are happy to share that we sent this layout generated by the software to our Chennai tire plant, and one SKU was made using this, and we could find results that are satisfying and motivating us to take this project further. Now we are in the phase of collecting more data to train our AI models for this work.
Yeah, as sir suggested, we have developed the software and deployed it, and the pilot run has been completed. Further on, our software will be evaluated using these key performance indicators like profile accuracy, first time write rate, and also how our software can help in the overall development of the tire production. And the main thing is, since we are eliminating the iterations, there is less scrap and then less modifications to the, or no modifications to the die, so which will again save the materials. And obviously we are saving our time and materials. This will reflect in the cost, which is what our customers are paying. So we are very happy to reduce that. These are the key performance indicators which we will evaluate our software.
So now to just summarize how our software and this project is going to actually help in our business. First is it reduces the time to market. Now we just presented a short case of truck bus radial segment. Our company has
was producing tires on various segments like the car segments, two-wheeler and three-wheeler segments, etc., etc. And the demand is ever increasing thanks to the continuous updation that happens in the regulatory front, as well as the demand from the export market, as well as from the OEMs. And the faster we are to make new designs and new SKUs to satisfy them, the more edge we have as far as the market is concerned. And for this, we need to get things first time right. This process, we are very confident and hopeful that it will reduce our time to market and will help us reach the market soon. The second aspect of it, we are reducing the necessity to modify the existing dies as well as preformers through this, and because we are reducing the number of iterations, in any which way the operational cost obviously will go down. In fact, taking a very conservative estimate for TBR segment, truck bus radial segment alone, that we'll be making 12 new SKUs, introducing 12 new SKUs in a year. We are making a rough estimation that we can avert the cost loss by at least 1.5 crores for this particular segment alone. And with more ambition of releasing more SKUs in other segments also, we are sure that we'll be averting great losses if this can be implemented on a bigger run. The third aspect of it is now the design quality as well as the translation to the plant no longer relies upon an engineer because it is standardized using the software. And the last aspect is every segment has got dedicated engineers who do this because of the variation in the sizes and the experience that is particular to that particular segment. But now when we feed the software, when we give the intelligence to software to do this aspect, it no longer requires an expert to do it, and this can be deployed across segment, say truck bus radial or bias or OHT or PCR or two-wheeler, three-wheeler. This is one solution that can probably answer for everyone. And to end our presentation, thanking you for the opportunity, we would like to say that we are envisaging and aiming to develop a machine learning model that will greatly aid man's learning and work. Thank you.
Just one question. You have got the green light for now taking this project on to other tire designs, and so you made one tire, yes, which is works. So now taking it on for other designs and other tires, you got the green light for deployment,
yes,
or it is yet to be approved, that part?
We are just building on the data. So first time we have
yes,
made,
you said that.
So we are just building on the data to employ it, because if without the data, if we employ that, then there will be some consequence. So we are just building the data.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Team G, RPSCOE. Now I'd like to call upon the winning team, Team J, JK Fenner, Madurai 1. Please come forward for a presentation.
Digital transformation and artificial intelligence are driving efficiency, innovation, and precision at a faster pace. For today's business that embrace digital transformation and artificial intelligence, they just don't keep up their lead. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are from JKFN India Limited, Madurai, and we are here to present our innovative project, Intelligent Validation System. And our team members are Dr. T. Ashwati, Mr. A. Mohammad Adil, Mr. D. Arun Vincent, and myself, Avi Premji. Getting into our company profile, we are pioneer in manufacturing and supply of power transmission belts, rubber hoses, oil seals, and other power transmission components. Getting into the presentation, I would like Ms. Ashwati to take over.
Starting with the objective, our company's vision is to become a global player in our core businesses and grow all businesses significantly. Our vision is our roadmap, and to reach there, we require profitable growth. Profitable growth is only possible with customer satisfaction, and we can gain customer satisfaction by providing reliable product at faster time compared to our competitors. One way to achieve this requirement is with the help of data-driven analysis. Data-driven analysis is very crucial in today's generation because it empowers businesses to make informative and strategic decisions. So based on this analysis, we have taken our objective as enable profitable business growth through a data-driven validation system for 100% reliable product. Moving to the idea concept, this is our SBB plan for the coming 4 years, and for the year 25-26, the bulbs needed to be validated is 78, and we are having an existing capacity of 107 bulbs. Here we can see that in the year 28-29, the number of bulbs needed to be validated is increasing up to 171. That is 1.6 times our existing capacity. So our problem statement is clear here. That is challenges in meeting strategic business plan target of validating 171 bulbs for the year 28-29. At JKO, we always take a stretch target, that is 30% to the real value. So it will become 222, that is 2 times our existing capacity. Why validation is important? Validation is the process where we get that our product is meeting our specification requirement. So the validation is very crucial before launching our product. This is our validation process. There will be 2 pulleys, and we will install the belts. The belt will run continuously till failure. So we will collect the data like temperature and tension. So it takes around 38 days. This is where we need to attack so that we can accommodate 222 belts by the year 28-29. For that, we did a brainstorming section. We got number of ideas like new test rig, accelerator, live testing, etc. But in this data-driven analysis was only viable because other 3 methods were practically or financially not viable at this point of time. So what we are going to do is, our concept is into our existing test rig, we are adding smart sensor, live data feeding, AI-based analysis and RUL prediction, and making our existing test rig into an intelligent validation system.
And coming to workable recommendation and action plan, let's see how we can transform our existing test rigs into an intelligent validation system. At present, we have the validation capacity to validate 107 belts per year, an average of 900 testing hours per belt. Our goal is to validate 222 belts per year by cutting down the testing hours to 450. By leveraging AI, we want to go one step further. In general, belt failure happens in a progressive deterioration pattern. If we monitor vital parameters like slip and temperature, we can clearly see a deterioration pattern forming between 100 to 150 hours of testing data. And we are also adding another 150 hours of testing data to increase the predictive accuracy and to have a safer margin. In total, we are feeding 300 hours of testing data to our IVS. In order to get this work done, we need reliable data sources from 2 sources. The first one is reliable belt data, consists of time-based testing result, material design, sensor readings and accelerated live test data. And the second one is reliable rig data, mechanical, electrical, environmental, rig uptime and rig historical failure data. And I would like to emphasize, we have done a desk research on the benchmark study of rubber band using acoustic sensors to capture noise and to analyze the predictive maintenance. We are innovating this predictive maintenance concept into our predictive failure analysis, which gives a strong confidence in our methodology.
So getting into the methodology what we are adopting here is predictive analysis and taking machine learning as a tool. So there are 3 factors we are considering here. One is product material parameters and test rig parameters and belt parameters. All these parameters will be fed into the predictive analysis system, and this will give the remaining useful life, that is RUL. Let's see how we create this model. And first phase is the data collection model. Here we run the belts till its failure, and all the vital parameters will be recorded at a 1-minute basis. These parameters are temperature, slips, load, RPM, etc. And next comes the data pre-processing, and Any data that comes, it has basically two parts. One is information, another one is noise. Information has to be restored and noise has to be eliminated. Once this is done, we'll go for the historical failure data. As we run the belt from beginning till its failure, the AI will learn all the vital parameters, behavior at every point of time, and all the pattern formation will be noticed by the AI. All these things has been done. Then we'll make a AI model. Based on the parameters at every point of time, the AI will make an algorithm. This algorithm will be as simple as a linear regression, say y is equal to mx plus c, or maybe since as we deal with both categorical and variable data, it will be something like random trees or neural network, something like that, it will be there. So once we do that, we go for testing and training data. 70% of the data will go for training and remaining 30 will be going for testing. So the algorithm is formed, then comes the real-time prediction. Once this is made, we'll run the belt for 300 hours, and all the vital parameters in this 300 hours will be fed into a predictive analysis system, and this predictive analysis system will be giving a remaining useful life. So here there are two parameters as we have already discussed. One is belt parameters. We put sensors for all our temperature, belt speed, belt power, everything. And apart from that, there is one more parameter which is very important. Since we need to have a very accurate data, there are testing parameters. We don't want to leave that because any issues in these testing parameters will be chaotic and will give a wrong result. For example, there is a bearing in our testing, and this bearing failure will cause the belt to undergo a premature failure. So here we have identified few parameters which causes such failures, and we have we'll be putting some sensors over it, and we'll be giving some upper and lower limits. So any deviation in those upper and lower limit will automatically stop the machine and give an alarm to the operator, and only after correcting these issues the machine will be started again. So this is a small flowchart we have given for this, how our AI work. And getting into the benefits, I request Adil to take over.
Coming to results, after implementing the intelligent validation system, that is IVS, we can achieve major breakthroughs. Our validation lead time reduced from 900 hours to 300 hours, that is 66% reduction. Our belt validation capacity increased from 107 belts to 321 belts, that is 3 times more. Now let's look at the key benefits. Coming to tangible benefits, our validation lead time and energy cost reduced by 66%. We can launch our product 41% faster. By implementing intelligent validation system in all our existing test rigs, we can save 1.12 crores per annum in power cost. Our testing capacity increased to 3 times. We also got many intangible benefits like better understanding of product performance, which results in more confidence in quality and R&D. All our decisions are now data driven, which helps us to give quick support to our customers. Finally, as our validation lead time reduced to 1/3, which results in huge power savings, which can have a huge impact on carbon dioxide emissions. That is 570 tons of carbon dioxide emissions can be reduced per annum, which is equivalent to planting 2,885 trees, or saving the power used by 646 average Indian homes, which is equivalent to a small village. Now coming to impact on business, with IV, one of the major business impact is reduction in time to market lead time. With product validation, with IVS, our product validation lead time reduced from 38 days to 13 days. Also, we plan to reduce our field observation period from 90 days to 60 days because earlier our product performance depends on 90 days of field observation due to insufficient data in our existing test rig validation. Now with IVS, we capture every minute belt testing data, which gives tremendous confidence on our belt performance. So now based on availability of more number of data points and using strong data correlation, we can reduce our field observation to 60 days initially, which will be further decreased based on our confidence level. So overall, our time to market lead time drops from 143 days to 88 days. This is the clear belt validation plan for financial year 28-29, considering new business, cost savings and ESG initiatives. Now with IVS, we will have additional testing capacity to validate future business. Therefore, we can realize the business results in business results of financial year 29-30 in financial year 28-29 itself. Coming to additional benefits, our total investment needed is 1.4 crores, which includes sensors and software development. And but the benefits are huge. We can save 1.12 crores in power cost every year alone. In addition to that, we can have a capex saving of 4.9 crores, considering extra risk procurement and construction charges, which can be eliminated by this project. In short, we need investment of 1.4 crores, and in return, we can save 4.9 crores and get 3x output, all in just over a year.
So coming to roadmap for implementation, we have started this project in the first week of February 2025, and we are in discussion with our supply partner, and we are planning to implement for 1 rig by November 25, and we'll be starting start to collect data. And as we collect data, as you know, we'll be dealing with lakhs and lakhs of data. This is a Herculean task and not an easy job. And once this is done and monitored, and we implement our AI model, we'll be implement parallelly to remaining all our districts by December 2026. So JK Fenner has taken a bold step forward, leveraging artificial intelligence and digital transformation. This isn't just a technological upgradation, ladies and gentlemen. It's a strategic leap towards faster delivery, enhanced customer delight, and innovation that drives a real market potential. And JK Fenner is ready for the future, transforming every possibilities to progress. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Team Madurai 1. So now we'll start with the felicitation of the winning teams. I would request Shri Bharat Hari Singhania ji to felicitate our winners. So, team members of the winning teams are requested to come forward in the order of the announcements. So first up, I would like to invite the second runner-up team, Team B UCWL. Can we have Mr. Ritik Joshi, Ms. Shikha Trivedi, Mr. Gopal Sharma, and Mr. Anup Trivedi. Now to receive the team trophy, I'd also like to call upon the business HR head of JK Lakshmi Cement to please come forward. Tapomai sir. Now I'd like to call upon the first runner-up team, and please kindly come in the sequence I call out. Team G RPSCOE from JK Tyre, Mr. Srinivasan ER, Mr. Srinivasan, Mr. Karthikeyan second, then Mr. Rajagopalan, and finally Mr. Abdul Jafar. And now I'd like to invite the business HR heads of JK Tyre to join in to receive the team trophy. Dr. Pathak and Dagar sir. And now for the winning team, JK Fenner Madurai 1. First up, I'd like to invite Mr. D. Arun Vincent, Ms. T. R. Aswati, Mr. Muhammad Adil A. And finally, Mr. Premji. And I would also like to request the team to collect the team trophy now. Mehul, can you come up and join the team? Amit Agarwal sir, please come and join the team in receiving the team trophy. Thank you so much, sirs. Yeah. Thank you, sirs. Now, I'd like to introduce everyone to the ones who had the toughest job of evaluating our top teams, our eminent jury members of JKO UDAAN competition 2024-25. Our first jury member is Dr. Bopana Ganapati. I'd like to briefly read his profile. Dr. Bopana Ganapati is a seasoned product engineering leader with 25 years of experience driving innovation and transformation in software development. In his most recent role as the Vice President at Epsilon India, he led teams spanning product engineering, data science, creative, campaign management to deliver cutting-edge, hyper-personalized marketing solutions to the automotive sector in North America. His prior leadership roles include key management positions at Cohesity, CA Technologies, and NetApp, where he spearheaded high-impact initiatives, from building highly scalable distributed systems for cloud data management to driving SaaS transformations to enable customer success using machine learning and advanced analytics. With a PhD in Decision Science and Information Systems from the University of Kentucky, USA, and independent board director certification from the Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, Dr. Bopana combines deep technical expertise with strategic business insight. A holder of multiple US patents and a published thought leader, he is also recognized for fostering high-performance organizational cultures and growing next-generation leaders. I would like to request Dr. Bopana Ganapati to come to the dais and share his experience of the JKO UDAAN competition, please.
Distinguished executive leadership team of the JK organization, the JK UDAAN competition participants and members of the audience. First of all, thank you for this wonderful opportunity to be here and to participate in this event. I live in a very different world in IT and technology, digital everything. And so this is the first time I got to see real manufacturing. Every one of the ideas that was presented is about somehow related to manufacturing. So it's a eye-opening experience for me. So I really learned a lot. So thank you for this opportunity. Second, I'd like to commend each and every one of the teams that participated in this event. I know at the end of the day there were 3 winners. But all of the other ideas, the 11 other ideas, were equally impressive. The fact that 3 teams got shortlisted to be selected as winners is based on a number of judging criteria. There were 8 different attributes or dimensions along which each of the teams was rated. And things like, it was not just about the strength of the idea or how good the idea was, it was also about presentation, teamwork, and other things. So just because one of the team did not win doesn't mean the idea itself is not good. Each of the ideas was wonderful. I think there's a lot of opportunity and potential there to really have a huge impact on the business. I'd like to again just commend each of the teams for coming up with these ideas, for identifying the problems and so on. So that's one of the things as judges when we discussed yesterday, we really felt that all of the teams had done a wonderful job in identifying the problem space and coming up with a solution. And I think as everyone knows, solutions, you can always have many different solutions to a problem, but identifying what is the problem you're trying to solve itself is the most important part of, sort of innovating and improving. And so that's where, I mentioned this yesterday in talking to the participants as well. Keep that curiosity alive. Always ask the why question. Don't just accept something at face value because, this is how we've always done it. Many times when we work in organizations, we have to do it this way because this is how we've always done it. That might be a valid way of doing things based on, when it was first set up or the process was set up based on the technology available at the time, the organizational maturity at the time, the culture of the organization. All of those things may or may not be valid today. So please question those things. And that curiosity, asking the why question, keep asking why, and that's how you'll, identify problems to solve. And once you know what the problem to solve is, it's going to be easy to do. I'll give you 3 simple sort of examples of what I mean by this, right? When I was traveling to come to this event yesterday, as I was in the airport, and virtually everyone has, the roller luggage, the trolley. It's very common today, right? Any guesses as to when it was invented? When it first came into production and being? No, much later. 1987 is when it first came into being. Now you think about this. The wheel itself was invented in 3500 BC, about 5,500 years ago. Even more stunning fact, in 1969, humankind landed man on the moon and brought man safely back from the moon. So we invented all of the technology needed to put a person into space, land on the moon, bring them safely back to Earth. But it was not until 1987 that the roller luggage was invented. So the point I'm trying to make is when we see a solution, we'll say, oh, it is obvious. This is, why didn't we think of this before? Many times the problem and the solution is right in front of us, but we don't see it. So that's why I'd like to say, please be curious. The second thing that I want to, again, a word of encouragement to all of the participants, please don't think that any idea is too small or insignificant. Many times when we talk about innovation, we are always aspiring for what you call transformational innovation, the big bang idea that's going to, be a completely new line of business or that's going to change the game. Doesn't have to be, although that's important too. But what you consider incremental innovation is equally important in differentiating between winners and losers. I'll give 2 examples that I think all of us can relate to. How many people here follow F1 as Formula 1 as a motorsport? I don't know if Dr. Jaura does, being in the tire business. Do you know, so in Formula 1, the pit stop is when the car comes in and they change the tires during the course of a race. Do you know what is the average time it takes to change all 4 tires on a car? Yeah. Pretty close. The world record is 1.8 seconds. You can think 1.8 seconds, it's the blink of an eye. And the average is 2.4 seconds. So, and that 0.2 second, 0.1 second, a team that changes tires in 2 seconds or 1.8 seconds compared to the average of 2.4 seconds, you'd say that's crazy. I mean, that's the blink of an eye. But that's the difference between the winner and the loser in the race, because in a Formula 1 race over the course of 60, 70 laps, it's not just one lap, but the course of the entire race, they win by 1/100th of a second, 1,000th of a second. So every small change matters. Second thing, which probably everyone here in this room would be able to relate to, is cricket, because that's the national sport. Everyone loves to watch it. We often think of, Virat Kohli scoring 100 or some bowler taking a hat trick and, being a match winner. We often forget that it's the small things during the course of, I'm talking specifically about a T20 match, right? It is the 1 or 2 overs in the middle where some bowler bowls, in the course of 12 balls, he bowls many dot balls, doesn't give away too many runs. That creates the pressure. Or it could be a fielder on the boundary line. You've seen those dramatic catches. The ball is going over the boundary line. The person will tip the ball back in and, catch it, or somebody else catch it. So small things, you don't have to score 100 to win the match. And many times when players actually have scored hundreds, they've lost the match. It's the smaller things that happen during the course of a match that make a difference. The reason I'm telling you these couple of examples is that please do not underestimate the value of any idea that you have. Every small idea makes a difference, and it can be the difference between winning and losing. And with that, I'd like to again thank you all for this opportunity, and hopefully, you can take something away from what I've shared from my experience. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Our second jury member is Mr. Ratan Agarwal. Mr. Ratan Agarwal is a seasoned senior HR leader boasting over 35 years of human resources expertise to enhance cumulative value for the organization. Superannuated from Hero Motocorp Limited, Mr. Ratan spearheaded strategic projects on HR and organizational development, and also led HR and R&D in respect of India, including Global Engineering Center in Europe. Notable for his role at Maruti Suzuki during his tenure as Vice President HR, his extensive career spans sectors like retail, FMCG, and engineering, with impactful roles at Reliance Retail, Britannia Industries Limited, and Escorts Limited. His strategies have helped organizations in multicultural contexts and diverse industries. He has a strong track record of handling complex environments, the engagement and cultural transformation right from the unionized workforce, large-scale conflicts and strikes, to managing today's Gen Z expectations and global knowledge workers, including expat leadership. A culture and HR transformation champion, a paradox navigator driving innovation in HR through collaboration, defines Mr. Ratan perfectly. A member of the CII Northern India Chapter's Governing Committee and FICCI Skill Committee, Mr. Ratan has been honored as the most iconic HR leader by the World HRD Forum and received accolades and awards for innovative HR strategies and change management from various professional bodies of repute. An MBA from Xavier Institute of Social Science, he completed strategic leadership program at Wharton, USA, and pursues a doctorate from SSBM. As a certified International Coaching Federation coach, he believes in the power of positivity and gratitude, striving to make a difference in people's lives. Currently self-employed, Mr. Ratan is mentoring organizations and startups in strategic HR and organization building. I'd like to request Ratan sir to come forward and share his experience, please.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Dr. Bopana, for making my life easy. Very good wisdom. It was really co-learning experience with my co-jury members yesterday. Respected Bharat ji, Raghupati ji, Harshpati ji, Vikrampati ji, Anshuman ji, Prem bhai, Dr. Jora, many familiar faces in HR, esteemed, distinguished leadership from JK, all our members who have participated yesterday, and we saw some magnificent ideas and presentations. So my compliments to all of you for making that effort, and many, many more of you who have really made an effort to think in this direction, which is call of the day actually. Now, I'm also from a different sphere because I'm in HR. So, so if I look at it at the theme of this particular year, I think it is one of the most suitable theme which is happening around us, which is kind of compelling the organizations to raise the bar in terms of technology. And why this is happening? If I was going through your presentation and I was remembering one or two of the pictures which surfaced 2-3 years back, and many of you might have seen that, it was two pictures showing 1900 and 1913 of a street in New York. And that was of Fifth Avenue picture. Many of you might have seen. If you have not seen, please Google it and you'll get it. So Fifth Avenue street traffic movement in 1900 was almost, the street was full of horse carts and there was only one car in between. So maybe 40 of the horse carts, people are going, traveling, commuting, and one of the cars in between. 1913, come 1913, the one decade later, the picture is reverse. What is happening there? The street is full of cars and there is one horse cart in between. So that's the change which has happened in a decade. Like Dr. Bopana has also said, there are certain things which happen so fast and there are certain things that don't happen because we don't think in that direction. Now what has happened? The mechanical age, the industrialization process started with the steam engine in the 18th century. It took almost 120 years to invent the electricity. With the advent of electricity, this came the automobile revolution in 1910, 1908, and the street was full of cars in New York. And suddenly this age went up to 50, 60 years, and then came the age of computerization. And then the age of information came. So information age again lasted for 25, 30 years. And then maybe around 2010 onwards or in the 21st century, the age of intelligence came. So this is Industry 4.0. This we are talking about. Now everything is happening. So in each of the ages, what is happening? What is changing? Things are becoming speedier, faster, and more intelligent, right? So that is what is happening. Now speed of change is so fast, it blinks in a blink of eye, the things change, the transformation happens. You see in India in last 8-9 years, the kind of platforms which has been created for the public consumption, the digital public goods. You see the UPI, the interoperability of the UPI in all the platforms for more than 1 billion people, and maybe hundreds of billions of transactions which is happening on that. Could we think 10 years back anything like that? So Government of India has done it. You know, it is a government organization. You have Digi Yatra now. You have digital locker. So everything is changing so fast, and we are not able to, you know, before we understand, it changes. So that's where, because it is one of the most defining decade, all the industries must respond to that change very, very fast. And that's where I compliment the distinguished leadership team for choosing this particular aspect, and each one of you have done a wonderful, wonderful job. I must also see, I mean, one of the things I observed yesterday, there was a quote, 140 years of legacy and leadership about our esteemed group, JKO organization. I was really impressed by that. And I still remember the study which was done by Phil Collins in Good to Great book, if you study. The organizations he has studied who has survived more than 100 years. Why they have survived more than 100 years? Why the organizations which have survived more than 100 years, they are called built to last organizations. Why they have survived? He has found two traits in the organization leadership. Their chairman and the MDs and the leaders. And the two traits were, one was definitely personal humility and professional will. These two, actually, they have taken these organizations to the next level, the level 5 leadership we call about. So till yesterday, since yesterday, I was looking around the way you people were leading the teams, the way you people were really, I mean, all our leaders who were present there, interacting, the experience which we have now since last 2 hours, whatever we have seen, we find these two traits here present in all of you. And that's why your organization is surviving so long. Because of the leadership, because of the vision of the leadership, because of the values of the leadership. So that's what my takeaway is. So my compliments to all of you, because you have done really, really well. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you once again to call us here. This has been really very, very good learning experience, excellent learning experience. One of the things which we used to, while addressing the MBA students, we used to call them, is to tell them that once you learn and you apply, the performance happens. This is a lab theory, we call it. Now what is happening now, you have to learn, again unlearn, relearn, then apply, and then perform. And this has to happen every 6 months. This is the speed of change which is happening. So again, congratulations to all of you, and Dr. Jora is here. We in Hero, we used to call all of the people like you, high achievers, as heroes. So you all are heroes. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Our third jury member, Mr. Vijay Balakrishnan, is not present here today because he had to leave for a pressing business exigency, but I'll like to read his profile. Mr. Vijay Balakrishnan is the Chief Digital and Information Officer at Godrej & Boyce. With over 2 decades of digital transformation experience in the manufacturing sector, Mr. Vijay is obsessed with technology value maximization through responsible adoption. He is leading the overall digital transformation at Godrej & Boyce, enabled through mature technology platforms. The digital strategy at G&B straddles across customer experience, connected products, smart manufacturing, supply chain digitization, and unlocking operational efficiencies for businesses and corporate functions, including commercial, R&D, procurement, HR, among others. He drives responsible use of technology by design through behavioral modeling and overall awareness for enabling highly reactive controls, command center monitoring, and corrective actions. Prior to joining Godrej & Boyce, he has successfully led digital transformation for GE, Michelin, and UPL Limited. An avid speaker across various technology forums, he leads frugal innovation projects in emerging technologies. So, now moving on, I'd like to request Sri Bharat Hari Singhania sir to address our dignitaries and participants.
Good evening, jury members, senior executives, business teams, and my dear participants. Very warm welcome and a special thanks to all of you for joining us at the concluding session of JKO Annual UDAAN Competition 2024-25. I would especially like to acknowledge the incredible team from various units of JKO organization who have dedicated their time and energy to participate in this year's event. UDAAN is more than just a competition. It is a catalyst for collaboration and innovation. As Mr. Andrew Carnegie once said, teamwork is the ability to work together towards a common vision, the ability to direct individual accomplishments towards organizational objectives. UDAAN units team across various units of JKO organization to ideate, innovate, and solve business challenges. It sparks transformative ideas and promotes cross-functional collaboration, tapping into diverse expertise. More than a celebration of ideas, UDAAN fosters a culture of learning, agility, and continuous improvement. This year, JKO organized UDAAN competition saw remarkable engagement with 510 colleagues across business forming 128 teams, demonstrating the depth of challenge, of talent and collaborative spirit within the organization. From these, 14 finalist teams emerged and completed in close contest final round yesterday. The scale and intensity of participation reinforces UDAAN's legacy as a strategic platform. This year's UDAAN theme, Driving Business Growth Through AI and Digital, reflects our conviction that technology is not just a support function, it is core driver of competitive advantage and business transformation. From shop floor automation to AI-driven decision in the boardroom, digital technology are unlocking new levels of efficiency and innovation. At JKO Organization, we are committed to leading this transformation and redefining how business is done. At its core, this theme is about empowerment, leveraging data, automation, and digital platform to free up talent, drive smarter decisions, and deliver more personalized customer experience. In today's digital age, true growth is driven not just by scale, but by intelligence, speed, and adaptation. Here I would like to share a thought-provoking quote from famous writer and futurist Stallworth Brand. Once a new technology rolls over you, if you are not part of it, the steamroller will make you a part of the road. But why is harnessing AI digital for business growth so important? Let's look at some of the compelling data. As per BCG report, companies who are AI leaders have achieved 1.5 times higher revenue, 1.6 times greater shareholders' return, and 1.4 times higher return on invested capital. According to Gartner, worldwide IT spending is projected to total 5.61 trillion in 2025, an increase of 9.8% from 2024. This growth is driven by investments in cloud computing, AI, and cybersecurity. In India, acute rating and research highlights that we could add $500 billion to our GDP by 2035 through strategic AI adoption. Never underestimate the power of idea, no matter how small it is. Maybe every voice here carries the potential to spark change. As we come together with purpose and passion, let's channel our collective energy to reimagine possibilities and shape a bold, forward-looking future of JK Organization and its stakeholders. Lastly, while I deeply value enthusiastic participation of all the teams, I must take a moment to recognize the many contributions to this event. A heartfelt thanks to our esteemed jury members for lending their time and insight to business heads and senior leaders for fostering, championing innovation, and to business administration, business HR, group HR team for seamlessly managing this platform, enabling our colleagues to share their ideas, talent, and passion so far. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your truly inspiring words. Now, we'd like to play a short video on all the UDAAN winners over the years. Can we have the video, please?
Number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions. Stand up for the champions. champions, for the champions. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself up.
Now, I would like to request Mr. Mehul M. from the HR team of JK Fenner to present a vote of thanks to everyone present here.
Good evening, everyone. It's been an honor to be a part of this wonderful event. On behalf of all of us, I would like to extend heartfelt gratitude to all the DICs and family members for taking time and being a part of this event with us. Thank you, sir. A big thank you to all the business leaders and the HR leaders who have come from different companies. Thank you, sir, for being a part of this event. This event would not have been successful without our jury members. Thank you, sir, for patiently listening to all the 14 presentations yesterday with the same enthusiasm. A big thank you to Prem, sir, JKO Corporate HR team, Indu ma'am, organizers and FICCI team for organizing this event flawlessly in last 2 days. A wide round of applause for all the winners and participants for giving us a great learning opportunity throughout the day yesterday. I would like to thank all my JKO colleagues present here physically and participating with us digitally in this event and making this event a grand success. I would like to leave a quote with all of us till the next event, that digital transformation is a journey which all of us should take, but it is not about the technology, it is about the people who drive it. Thank you all. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot, Mehul. With this, we conclude the felicitation ceremony of the JKO UDAAN competition 2024-25. We have organized a networking high tea at the lounge area just outside the hall for everyone present here, of course, and I would request all of you to join. Thank you so much to the people who are joined with us through the live webcast. Thank you. And before we leave, I would like to request all the UDAAN participants to gather in front of the dais for a group photograph with the DICs. And I'd also request our senior leaders present here to join the group photograph, please.